Hello, comrades. Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato, and welcome back to the town of Krodnovsky, a site of great sadness for all comrades, because it is here that we saw great loss in the last episode, and this time, in this episode, we're going to paper over that great loss, and instead we're going to forcefully repopulate Krodnovsky, and we're going to pretend like nothing ever happened. That's right. That's right. Okay, so, yeah, what the heck happened? Well, it's a great question. I suspect that the small heating plant just completely conked out. Thank you very much to everyone who left a suggestion in the comments suggesting what could have been the problem. I truthfully think that the problem is probably an access to facility issue. So I think that it's maybe that people aren't able to get to, like, the shops quickly enough, or perhaps they're not able to put their kids in school. Either way, because of the fact that this small heating plant was not able to operate, it led to the mass extinction level event of, I believe, literally... No, sorry, not literally everyone in Krodnovsky. There are still a couple of hangers-on. But, I mean, almost certainly the vast majority of people, it's actually horrific. It's really, really bad. Okay, anyway, we gotta fix this. We gotta fix this in the first instance. Frankly, there is no other way around it. We have to redo this area, and we're gonna have to spend a little bit of money to make sure that it all works properly, because it's still winter, it's still bloomin' cold, and I'm still grumpy at the fact that we have suffered yet more casualties on our quest for world domination. But that's okay. This is quite an important area. Hence why I'm just going to absolutely terraform the entire landscape, fill it with an abundance of houses, an abundance of nurseries, an abundance of schools, an abundance of shopping centers. I want to go so big that it's not going to be possible for people to go home, because there's going to be too many people living here to even have a single home each. That's right. We want to completely overdo the number of people that are actually living in this town of Krodnovsky. And it's not like Krodnovsky isn't a absolutely crucial town, right? Like, it's important. It's important. Oil is really, really important. Have I got everything over here? I've got everything over here. Yeah, okay. Also, I seem to be running low on a couple of dollars. We are very, 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 very close to finishing off a couple of our loans. So you know what? We can probably just take out another small $200,000 loan, and we can sort of get that all squared away. On the ruble front, you know, we're 10 million rubles in debt. I'm not exactly happy about this, but that's okay. We are no doubt going to need to spend some rubles in order to make this area habitable again, and I mean literally habitable, because at the moment it just ain't. Okay, so this is good. What am I thinking to fix Krodnovsky? It's a really, really great question. First of all, we need more people. We need many, 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 many more people. We need many more facilities, and we need those facilities to be much more easily accessible. Hence why I've given myself a load of space here, an absolute ton of space, in order to get this area up and running. So let's do this over here. Excellent. We'll build that, and we will just auto build. Yep, because there's no real reason not to. And we'll get that over there too. Okay, so that's 60,000 rubles that we've committed to spending. Honestly, not even that big of a deal. Quite happy with that. Let's immediately get ourselves a shopping center. I think the small shopping center will be absolutely fine, and we'll get that plonked down over there. And then let's follow that up with probably the large schools, to be honest. We'll get ourselves the large schools. Yeah. Okay. And then this path needs to be reconnected. It was inadvertently disconnected just a second ago, but it's okay. I mean, we don't need to have a warm population in Krodnovsky at the moment, because we don't have a population in Krodnovsky, and certainly, you know, I don't think that we need to keep ghosts warm, but maybe I'm horrifically mistaken. Maybe I'm contravening some age-old tradition of leaving a little bit of warmth for our fallen comrades. Either way, let's get this big old kindergarten down here. That's the V2. I mean, I kind of want to take this horrific path up. Oh, goodness gracious me, video game. You don't like me doing that. All right, we'll reconnect that in just a second. But for now, let's plonk down the big kindergarten here. This is how much stuff I'm gonna stick in this city. We're gonna give ourselves ample space here. This is fine apart from the fact that we have electric cables over to this side, just down below me, which is a bit irritating. Also, if I was to build here, it wouldn't be within electric range, so I think what our best bet is just to take up these cables over there, smash the like button. That's right, you can do it right now. Helps out the channel a great deal. Also, smash down the school is what I meant to say, but, you know, YouTuber habits die hard, I suppose. Okay, let's build that. Wonderful. And then we will, very, very importantly, connect up just a road, just to make sure that if this building ever burns down, then we can at least have the fire brigade there to watch. That's not even funny, but is entirely possible, and therefore is, I suppose, at least entertaining. Okay, this costs a lot. This costs a lot. I mean, if I was to build 130,000 rubles, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. But what I am gonna do is I am gonna invite as many people to come and work here as we possibly can. There we go. There we go. There we go. I don't care about the fact that I'm gonna be hundreds of thousands of rubles in debt. Dare I suggest I will be millions of rubles in debt, but that's okay. Let's plonk that up. 5.7% rate of interest. I really don't like that rate of interest. 2 years sounds reasonable. At 3.8, let's rock and roll with that. Okay, let's get the kindergarten built. Let's reconnect the road over here. Let's connect it up to there. Wonderful. That actually looks not too terrible at all. And hopefully we'll now see a couple of people actually starting to work around here. Also, I would like some snowplows to do their job. Hold on. Snowplows can't reach into this area. Really? Okay, well that's very, very surprising. Let's connect this up then. Let's make this road gravel. Make this road gravel here. Okay, thanks video game for lagging out a little bit. There we go. Gravelify that road. Will that fix the technical services issue? If it doesn't, then we can just extend the range a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to say mud roads are like very, very, very low priority. Very, very low priority, but everything else is pretty darned high priority. Truth be told, pretty important that we get that up and running. Okay, do we have the heating plant working? We do have the heating plant working. I wonder, is it a heat plant size issue? I mean, this is a very, very small heat plant, but I still wonder, is it able to output enough heat? I mean, I know that it's producing as much as it possibly can at the moment. It doesn't look like it should be too much. It doesn't look like it should be too much, but it might. It might be the fact that we just don't have a large enough heat plant. If that is the case, I'm gonna be pretty miffed. Let's let the tank charge up first, and then we'll be able to see what happens here. I suspect that we should be fine. But you never know. We might just not be pumping enough meters cubed of hot water. That's the crazy thing, right? That is the crazy, crazy thing. This whole darn time, it might be an issue with our small heating plant. You know what? I think even if we do have enough, right? Even if we do have enough hot water that's being produced here, how many people are actually just going to work in the heating plant? It's like hardly any, to be honest. And this tank is almost constantly being refilled. I feel like we gotta demolish it. I feel like we gotta demolish it and we gotta build a bigger one. It's gonna be super inconvenient. Yeah, I know it's gonna be super inconvenient, but you know, I'd rather have a good heating plant than a lot of money in the bank account. Actually, that's not entirely true. I would rather have money in the bank account than a good heating plant. That's for sure. Oh, this is gonna be more inconvenient than I ever anticipated. Oh, joy. Because we're not gonna be able to squeeze it in right here unless I remove this road, which is, I guess, what I'm gonna do because I have to do it. Doesn't mean that I have to be happy about it, though. Okay, and then I guess we'll take this road up too. Also, given that it's wintertime, it's basically impossible to see what I'm doing. Not to mention the fact that there's about a bazillion heating pipe connections, which I also can't see through. Okay, I suspect that we're going to have to use a... Okay, look, just build it. Just build this. Build this for now. And then we'll use a modded conveyor. We'll use a modded conveyor to actually move the resources around a little bit more succinctly. Hey, it actually works. Wonderful. And we can connect it up with a path as well. These modded conveyor towers are exceptional. They really, really are. Very, very good indeed. Okay, so after that, we take this back. Cool. We connect up. Ooh. Don't like this. Don't like this one bit. We can connect that around there, but I don't really feel like that's very good. We need to get a road somewhere in here, because if this building burns down in a horrific fire, then I'm gonna be super, super, super upset. Okay, that goes in there. This comes across here. That actually works. That actually works not too bad. It does look kind of horrific, but that's okay. All right, let's get it built. I don't even want to look at the cost to build this entire setup. It's just not even. It's not even. I don't even want to consider it. I don't even want to consider it. I don't even want to think about it. But let's at least get this heating plant in place here. No workers in the heating plant. I'm sure that it's going to get fixed very, very shortly indeed. We've already had a couple of people dying in the flats, but that's okay because we're going to be cranking up. We're going to be cranking up the heating capability a lot. Is the heating plant able to reach pretty much everywhere? It is indeed. Wonderful. I think we want to just import more people as well, to be honest. There's no access to a hospital over here, interestingly. I feel like we should get a clinic. Yeah, let's get a clinic. I completely forgot about the fact that I can actually get a small hospital, otherwise known as a clinic. And maybe here would be a pretty good place for it. I feel like if we can make it work, if we can make it work in this... If we can make it work in this area, then that would be ideal. Oh my goodness. It works. It works, and it works brilliantly. In fact, it works so brilliantly that we can even... There we go. Get a road to connect up. Excellent. Okay, so now instead of building towns around shopping centers, we build them around clinics. That sounds ridiculous, but it's true. That's what we're gonna do. Okay, we need to get a path over here to connect up the big oil refinery. We need to get a path over here to connect up the big oil refinery, and in fact, we can do it through the conveyor here. Yeah, that's actually kind of wonderful. That's actually pretty incredible. Right, so that will extend dramatically. Oh no, it doesn't actually allow us to path through here. Okay, well that's probably not the end of the world if we're able to path under the conveyor here. There we go. Perfect. Not even close to being an issue. And that should now allow hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people to get to work at the big important oil refinery, which is very, very exciting indeed. We got a lot of patients that are being treated. We've got plenty of heat going around. That's wonderful. Everyone should be within walking distance of everything, as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm aware, that should be the case. Kindergarten is without a power supply. I mean, that's not actually as bad as it looks. It's irritating for sure. Also, I suspect that, yeah, we're having power capacity issues. Which is not good. Which is not good. Not good at all. Which is not good at all. There are a lot of connections over here. Yeah. Too many connections. Don't love to see that, video game. Don't love to see that at all. Especially when I was, like, 90% sure that we were all fixed up. Turns out, no. Turns out, no. Power connections on electric substations, not really sure how I feel about them. In fact, no, I'll tell you how I feel about them. Not great, actually. Not great at all. We're gonna have to stick down another transformer over here. I mean, it does make the game more realistic, so from that perspective, I approve. However, from the perspective of convenience, I disapprove. Okay. So let's just continue to spend money until we have none left. That's the potato way, of course. And then, of course, we take out a hulking great loan in order to pretend like we are still wealthy. Also the potato way. Alrighty. So that's good. That should give us plenty of power over here. I think that we'll all be good. Look at this. We got plenty of heat. We got plenty of heat. Citizens are unable to get food. That is a massive oversight. That is a huge, colossal oversight, actually. There we go. So that's why people were disappearing. People were disappearing because they were dying of hunger. Right. Well, you live, you learn, you move on, I suppose. I mean, we've already let thousands and thousands and thousands of people die in Krodnovsky. What's a couple more, right? What's a couple more? Things are looking good in Kolovskaysky. Turistovsky, similarly. Yep, I don't think that we're going to have any problems in Turistovsky. Disneylandovsk is looking real fancy. Is looking real good. We got seemingly a good couple of tourists, which I'm pretty happy about. There is something to be said about making sure that tourists are not able to fly back on aircraft. I believe that is something that we should look into changing, but let's not worry about that too much at this moment in time. The Leningradsky Hotel is coming along just fantastically, honestly. This is really, really good. We're pretty much just waiting for concrete to be delivered, and concrete is functionally free for us to make, because we make it locally. We make it just over there. We've got a couple of other projects on the go in this vicinity. Most interestingly, the bridge, which is also super duper requiring of concrete. I wonder if maybe we pick up some additional concrete trucks just to make things that little bit quicker. I think that's probably what we'll do. But concrete we should be fine for. Workers, we need a few more workers over here. It's springtime. Oh, thank goodness gracious me. Population statistics. How many deaths this month? Not a terrible number. Last month, 3,000. This month, only 542. I mean, that's... I've never been so happy to see 542 deaths before. If you can believe that, that is... Wow, that is kind of crazy to say, because... It's ridiculous to consider that we should be happy with that number of deaths. But it's true. It's true. I actually am. I actually am. Okay, the bridge is coming along nicely over here. We're what? Actually, we're mostly done. We're mostly done here, yeah. Okay, it's just a whole bunch of steel, which is going to cost yet more cash. But once that gets done, that's going to be good. We need boats here. Ooh. Oh. Did our tourist boats actually arrive? Ah, yes, the motorboats. The motorboats did, in fact, arrive. How remarkable is that? I'm shocked. I am surprised. I am incredibly suspicious of how that was able to happen. Frankly, I don't think it should have been able to, but that's okay. Let's add the passenger harbor up to the fuel delivery network. And then we will smash down one of these. There we go. Electric substation. That's just the ticket. I feel like maybe we should try and move the electric substation over here a smidge. But I also feel like we could maybe just add... Yeah, we can totally just add a brand new substation linked up to this transformer over here. I mean, whilst we're happily spending money, why not go the whole gosh darn way? Why not go the whole gosh darn way, eh? What the heck is wrong with that? Alrighty, this is looking pretty good. I'm really happy with the amount of construction projects that we were able to finish, or that we should be able to finish over the course of this episode. Very, very excited about that. Thank you very much for all of the comments with regards to line spacing. And in the cheat menu, apparently, you can space out the buses or trains or whatever on a certain line equally. We might be doing that. We might start experimenting with that from the next episode. I'm not too unhappy with how this is working. It's not exactly the end of the world, because most of our Most of our people should be arriving in Disneylandovsk. Most of our workers should be arriving in Disneylandovsk pretty shortly via train. I mean, once we're done with this this bridge over here, I mean, how much would it take to build? 88,000 rubles. I feel like maybe we could just actually go for it. Ooh, look at this. Look at this. I am interested in picking this up. Rail speed level? Yeah, you know what? Let's go for it. Let's build it. Let's absolutely do it. Let's absolutely do it. So I don't know if it's going to prioritize the slightly better machine. I certainly hope that it does, though. I certainly hope that it does. It doesn't. It doesn't. It seems to only use one, which is irritating in the extreme, but not the end of the world. Okay, well, fine. I guess you can just continue to do that video game, and there's very little that I can actually do about it. Okay, all right. The motorboats are heading back off to the border. It looks like when they left the world, over there, they were able to re-enter the world, or re-enter the country, I should say, via this border over here, which is kind of unique and kind of something that we should just consider. It's not like it particularly matters, but I've never really experimented with that before, so that's pretty good. I like that a lot. Trains seem to be working fairly well. 250 workers or so are being moved each and every time, so that's pretty nice. The airports look to be operating pretty smoothly. We just need more tourists, to be honest. We just need more tourists. There we go. We do occasionally have power cuts. And this is the area where line spacing would be, I mean, just really great, so that we have regular deliveries of people to the power plant, and so we never have to worry about the power just completely cutting out, as it usually seems to do every now and again. I'm just gonna hope that this problem kind of fixes itself, which I know it's not gonna do. I'm just burying my head in the sand a little bit, but that's fine. We need, like, yeah, we probably need about 10 people to sort of break even with production percentage. I suspect the other thing that we could possibly do is actually just straight up move more people into Krodnovsky. The reason being is that if we get one more 21-story prefab flat, then more people will get to the bus stop. But I'm not really sure if we need that many more people, to be honest. I mean, it can't hurt. Can't hurt to have more people, you know, processing coal and moving coal around. In fact, speaking of, that's not good. We're not doing the coal ore processing at a quick enough pace. Okay, this is a good excuse. This is a good excuse to just straight up get more people into Krodnovsky. And I think that we're probably gonna do it right about here. There we go. If there are people inside these houses, does it matter if I destroy the houses with them still inside? I really don't know. I really don't know. You didn't used to you weren't used to allowed to do that. Yeah. Okay, let's build a prefab flat over here. Yeah, usually you had to move people out of the house before knocking it down, but apparently, you know, we're in a new world. All right. Okay, so let's just import a huge number of people here. So 314. So, two things this should do. Allow us to pretty much consistently operate the coal ore processing plant at maximum pace. Same with the Krodnovsky coal mine as well. Not like it particularly matters. We don't really want to go all out on that front because, you know, pollution is already bad enough. Bad enough. The lifespan is only 60 years, but that's okay. That's why we got a state-of-the-art hospital. You know, so hopefully that does some wonders for lifespans or whatever. Either way, we need to consistently make sure that we are keeping our coal above the halfway point, or indeed above zero. And the way in which we do that, is with people. We get more people to work on the ore processing, and we keep everyone busy, which is very nice indeed. We have more people working at the bus stop as well, which is also good. I believe that the bus stop is within walking distance. It absolutely is. Pretty much everything is within walking distance, to be honest. That's A pretty well-placed 21-story prefab flat. Really can't complain about that altogether too much. Continuing to output bricks. That's good. Continuing to output panels, prefab panels. That's also good. Yeah, this is wonderful. This is excellent. I don't know if we're necessarily going to hit the 21 plus the 21 plus numbers today, but we might. And in fact, maybe in recognition of that, what we'll do, just because I wanna try and future-proof this area a little bit more. I want to try and future-proof all of my areas a little bit more. Hence, I really would not like to see a reoccurrence of you know, the Krodnovsky gulag occurrence, or whatever it will be known as in the history books. We don't want to see that happening again. We're keen to avoid that. Not necessarily from a moral standpoint. I mean, I don't really have those morals, that is. But you know, purely from a profitability standpoint. I don't want to spend more money on, you know, inviting immigrants back into the country. No, not at all. Not at all. So we're gonna instead actively try and future-proof a couple of systems, including in Kolovsky. I mean, look, we have a population that is perfectly happy. I probably should auto-build this, actually. We have a population that is super happy just to, you know, replenish itself, which is just excellent. Very, very nice indeed. Have you assigned? Yep, you've assigned the unfinished footpath. Wonderful. Okay, so we should be able to get that built reasonably quickly. But you know, at the end of the day, if it takes long enough, then, you know, by the time that we get this up and running, we'll probably have a couple of adults that are looking to move out of their parents' houses, which is just fine with me. Also, thinking that it's probably worth me restarting construction, maybe not necessarily on the coal power plant, but probably on a couple of these things, right? So we'll continue construction on that. And we'll continue construction on this, or at least we'll start construction on this. Are we working on this here? Work days. Yep, we'll continue construction on that. And then the rest of this should just get built out in time, I believe. That's the plan anyway. Whether it works or not, we will have to see. But we're going to start using, hopefully, a huge number of workers that we have just brought on board, which is nice. Man, I really hate this game in winter. It is miserable, and by hate I mean I really like the added dimension of winter. But by golly goodness gracious me, it is freaking brutal. Have we finished all the research at Potatograd University? I think we might have, you know. I think we might have. Also, look at this. The fields are rocking and rolling. All of the fields are being sown at the same time, which is going to mean that we're going to be getting a huge amount of crop yield this year, which is very, very exciting indeed. Very, very, very exciting indeed. Also, you connect up here. Yeah, that's fine. You do this. Okay, I wonder if it's worth us... Oh, we extinguished a fire. Lickety-split. That would have been a very, very costly fire if that hadn't have been fixed very, very quickly. Just saying, I would have been very, very upset. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Bolshoi Alamon is coming along just nicely. We've got the train platform done. Both train platforms done, actually. Making good progress on a lot of the technical aluminium stuff. I feel like we could really do with... I feel like we could really just do with cranking Aluminov up a little bit, you know? You know what I mean? 2 workers without a job. Also, look at this. We got the big old station done. This is going to be pretty important. Pretty excited about this. Let me, real quick, I'd tell you what I should do. Equipment for citizens, not a radio station, not a fire station. Nobody has a radio. Nobody needs a fire station. Famous last words, etc. We're going to build a city hall. We shouldn't build the city hall in here. We should build it, like, somewhere out in the sticks. Yeah. Okay, build the city hall over there, and I will build this manually. I say manually. I'll build it automatically, which is the exact opposite of manual, as you'll probably be aware. But we'll build that so that we can have, I hope, a little bit of an insight into exactly where the stats sort of are with the Luminov. We should really sort of move to a model where we have these stats collected pretty much for every region that matters. And so we're gonna try doing that. We're gonna try doing that. Hopefully we're able to. Are we utilizing everything at the moment over here? I think we should be fine. The only issue is that we should probably have, like, more workers working. We probably should have more workers working at all of these buildings here. There we go. Okay, wonderful. And maybe that will trigger a bus or two. Nope. Apparently not. What are we waiting for then? What's the issue with this? It's mechanical components? Is that really it? Mechanical components? Hold on. Where's the source is without mechanical components. Is the source for mechanical components? Yeah, the source for mechanical components is the warehouse over here. I don't have a distribution office. I don't have a distribution office that's actually doing the distributing. All right, that kind of makes sense actually. Right. Let's add a new connection over here. Unload, storage percent, 50, yep. Let's zoom back in on here. And then let's add as a source this building, and this is going to be a source for mechanical components and electronics. But apparently the road cargo station isn't capable of doing that, so very strange. Instead, add the warehouse, I guess. Oh, I know what the problem is. We need to get some covered hull transport capability here. 7.2. Let's get 4 of those. Excellent. Remove the warehouse as the source, and instead add the road cargo station as the source. There we go. Wonderful. So load from the road cargo station. Electronics, electronic components, mechanical scrap. Not mechanical scrap, mechanical components, and unload if less than 50%. Okay, so we should see immediate action from these trucks here. And that should at least allow us to start work on the complicated stuff in Illuminov. I didn't realize that was the case beforehand. I think what we do short term is we just buy in some mechanical components. I'm not super happy about this, given that this is, you know, functionally in the middle of the map, going to cost us an obscene amount of money. But the reason that I want to do it is you know, is well-founded, is well-meaning. We need to get on top of this, you know? We need to get on top of this for sure. Do we have any covered hull trucks? Crazily enough, we don't actually have any covered hull trucks. Okay, well, this is a pretty colossal oversight. Thankfully, I don't think that it's really led to... Let's get 6. I don't think it's really led to any, you know, tremendous slowdowns in... There we go. Don't think it's led to any tremendous slowdowns in the building process. But it's good that we're now going to be able to rectify this and get on top of it real quick, which is wonderful. Okay. Good stuff indeed. And, you know, again, hopefully we're going to be fine for dollars. I think we are going to be fine for dollars, you know? I think we're going to be just fine. We're importing a lot of resources, but, you know, we're burning the candle at both ends, and that is kind of what we're supposed to be doing at this moment in time. Right. How is my iron area? Stalnoi. Yes, that's it. That's the one. How is Stalnoi? Stalnoi still needs to get basic infrastructure, which is kind of hilarious when you consider it. We are still in need of mechanical components over here. We are still in need of mechanical components. We have as many dumper trucks as we possibly can get. Road cargo station. Buildings without power supply. Some vehicles are without fuel. Is fuel the problem? I suspect that fuel might be the problem. I haven't really fueled this area up properly. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get some fuel. There is no power here. Have I done anything in Stalnoi? I really haven't. I've just been avoiding doing the basic facilities that are actually needed, which is kind of terrible, actually, when you consider it, but hey-ho. Right, here's what we're gonna do. Let's drag out some top-of-the-range wire. Auto-build, yep. Auto-build that. Where'd the cable go? Cable is right over here. Excellent. Get that in place. Wonderful. I suspect that we might just have enough power to maintain this entire area, but it's going to be kind of tight because we're just using some pretty low-end, high-voltage cables. There we go. So get that down. Get that built. Auto purchase. Yes, we do want to auto purchase some fuel. Short term anyway. There we go. Now we're seeing some activity, which is real nice. Real nice. Okay. This is fixing a lot of production foibles. What's up? What's up here? You can't move out here? Why is that a problem? You used to be able to move out here. I don't understand. Don't understand why all the other boats were able to move out of there and you're just not able to do that. How are we almost done with the Leningradsky Hotel? That is wonderful. That is ever so good. I am really excited to see how this hotel ends up working out. Anyway, let's take this medium distribution office, head back up to Stalnoi, and add this to the circulation. Make sure that it's on unload. It is indeed. Excellent. Okay, well, I think that we're ready. I think that we're ready to go. It's going to cost us a lot in the immediate short term because we're going to be using rubles. Take out another 2 million ruble loan, of course. That's right. Just for 2 years, though. Just for 2 years. I didn't even look at the interest rate. That's how you know things are getting bad. Okay, that's 3.8 again, which is completely fine. Okay, the town of Stalnoi does now need to get all of the things that any good self-respecting town needs to get. I will say though, this is looking good. There's a lot of activity over here. There's a lot happening, but it all seems fine to me. Right, so without further ado, let's get down to business. Okay. Small shopping center, yes. Small shopping center, absolutely yes. However, I would kind of like to connect it with the road. I mean, it's better just to connect it with the road when you can, I think. Okay, let's do that. That actually looks kind of professional. Weirdly professional, in fact. Weirdly professional. A pub in this vicinity, right next to the church, of course. That's wonderful. Love to see it. No, in fact, I know exactly what we're going to stick in this little area here. That's right. It's a cinema. It's a cinema. Why a cinema? Why not? I say. Why the heck not? Let's get a big brand new 21-story prefab flat. Doesn't need to be connected necessarily with the road. Would be a nice bonus if it was, but that's fine. Anyway, the whole point of getting this is so that we can move a couple of people that are living in inconveniently located houses. We can move them across. And also, we're gonna need a great number of people in order just to sort of cross that critical threshold that will lead to not death and mass extinction. As in the case of Krodnovsky. It's just that simple. It's just that simple, right? We need to get past that sort of critical mass point, and I keep chatting about it, but it is always pretty darn important. Right, power supply next. I mean, we have a power setup over here. Did I preemptively? Oh my goodness, I totally did. I used the right power cable. Or used the right power transformer. Right, I'm gonna bring brand new high voltage cable out here because I just know that we're gonna end up making Stalnoi big. I am trying to build like a lot of big areas at the moment, which is kind of a terrifying way to approach. This video game. There's a lot of cash. There's a lot of cash on the line here. Let's get that over there. Excellent. Let's get this over here. I think we'll start with... We'll start with what? Like 3? We'll start with 4. Don't build that there. Build it over here instead. Yeah, sure. A power transformer or power substation right next to the water. How could this end badly? How could this end badly? It can't. It physically cannot end badly. Right, let's double down on having all of our power infrastructure running right next to the water. Entirely sensible maneuver. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, this looks like garbage, and it's gonna cost a lot of rubles, but it's absolutely worth it if it gives us a power supply. Okay, right. Next thing that we want to do is school and kindergarten, and they're gonna be modded schools. They're gonna be modded kindergartens, because of course they are. Does this need to be connected via the road? Not necessarily. And in fact, I think that we'd actually probably benefit if it wasn't connected via the road. So let's get that over there, and then let's get this right over here. Okay. Now, yep. Path, we pretty much want to roll right over there. The crucial sort of 2 areas are the high population density areas. So this area with the old townhouses that each store 135 peeps, and then we've got the 21-story prefab flats, which we are no doubt going to populate at some point in the future. Whether it's now, whether it's later, I mean, it doesn't particularly matter. But we just want the high density kindergartens to be able to reach. That. Yep, that's totally fine. In fact, we probably don't even need those pads around the backside, but that's okay. Right, so we should be able to get food now. No, we're not able to get food because, of course, I turned off auto purchasing. Electronics are not required. Nobody requires electronics. Electronics are a lie. That's going to fix school. That's going to fix kindergarten. That's going to fix food, meat, sport. Sport is still an issue. I actually feel like maybe we should do something a little bit fancier for sport in general. At the moment, I've got 2 mods installed, a gymnasium sports hall mod and a stadium mod. I feel like I don't love the gymnasium mod. I feel like there's only 1 footpath entrance into this place, and that's just a little bit lame. So if you have any suggestions about any other sports-related mods that I can install to give my glorious citizens better access to glorious sport, then please do indeed let me know. Right, now, what we also want to do is trash these houses over here. The reason that I want to trash these houses over here is because this is where our, well, I guess bus stop and train station could go. I kind of feel like maybe this is a good place for the train station to be. We do still need to get, oh, I was waiting to say that we do still need to get the train station at the other end, but I've actually already zoned that because I'm #forward thinking. There we go. No, don't demolish. I don't know where people go. I presume that they're auto-moved if I demolish a house that they're living in. But no guarantee. No guarantee. Might actually just end them. Okay. That is actually looking pretty darn good. Stalnoi. Stalnoi, Stalnoi, Stalnoi. Where have you been all my life? That is really, 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 really nice. Okay, so some goods are missing. That's not necessarily a problem. So, do we want to get a train platform small or a train platform big? I think we want to get a train platform big, to be honest with you. It's gonna be inconvenient, to say the least, to place this. It is, but it's gonna be worth it if we do it properly. Okay, so we're probably gonna have to like relocate another couple of houses. There we go. Nice. What do we got? 49 people. 49 people living in the nice brand new house. I mean, it's a bit of a blessing and a, oh no. How could this happen? How could this happen? How could this happen? There we go. Okay. That seems to fix things. Maybe. Okay, I think the real issue was the Maz truck here. Oh, there's another Maz truck coming. Oh, good. Okay, well, we can still manually fix this, I think. I think we can still fix this. Oh my goodness, there are so many. Is this for real? I have no idea what's happening here. Okay, go over there. And if I change the fuel station right now, then it's gonna cause more problems. I just know it is. I just know it is, because I've done this before. When vehicles path to the fuel station, they need to be able to complete that mission. Otherwise, they become very, very, very confused and very, very, very grumpy. Very, very, very grumpy. Okay, no, try this one. It looks like these dumpers are very, very amenable to actually moving location. Maz trucks, I suspect, probably are not as forgiving. Maybe they are. Okay. That's good. They're just big. And a massive pain in the backside to actually move around here. Alrighty. We did the hokey cokey. And all of the trucks turned around. But that's what it's all about. Okay, are we moving? We're moving a little bit. Oh man, I don't think I've ever seen a traffic jam like this before. At least we're able to fix things, right? Like, this is the good news. At least things are fixing. I think we're out of the woods. I think we're fine now. I think we're fine. Right, let's go back to Stalnoi. So, train station over here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, not a cargo station, a train platform. Train platform normal. Let's rotate ever so slightly. Right in there. Excellent. And let's go for a bus platform in here, maybe just a little bit. It's kind of close, to be honest. I really want to squeeze one in if I can. I don't really want to knock anything down, though. Maybe we just find a different place. Yeah, maybe, like, somewhere over here is absolutely ample. Yeah, I think that this might be... I think this might be the best location for it, now that I consider it. We'd have to move this road, which, of course, will freak the game out a little bit, I suspect. But it's not the end of the world. Right, we build that. Cool. And this should still really allow us to... mostly have a similar sort of road setup around this way. We don't really need to do anything with the station at the moment. In fact, it doesn't really necessarily even need to be connected. I will connect it for the purposes of fire prevention. There we go. And speaking of fire prevention, there are two more things that we need to get. We need to get the fire station. Fire station can probably go... I don't know. I guess just opposite the bus stop, maybe? Sure. Just opposite the bus stop. Also the hospital, which we are probably going to get pretty close to the center of town. Maybe over here, actually. Yeah, actually, that's not a bad idea at all. Okay, let's take this back up. And we'll see if we can smash down the hospital right about here. The only thing that worries me about this is the road. Like, I really kind of do want to get a road that runs to both the hospital and the train station. So if we can make it work, we'll make it work. We can absolutely make this work. There's plenty of space. There's plenty of space here. Too sharp of a turn. Marvelous. Doesn't particularly matter. That's fine. I do like how sometimes the game just says, you know, you can't have that turn because it's too sharp, and then it allows you to do like 90-degree turns. I don't understand the consistency. I just don't. Okay, let's auto build both of those. Let's make sure that the fire brigade has got a, there we go, a road connection, a dirt road connection at that. Very, very embarrassing, but that's okay. Once we get up to speed, we can no doubt upgrade everything. Temperature in the building is too low. Now, that's a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous observation by me there. And it's kind of important that we get that we get a heating plant, and we get a heating plant kind of soon. So, what I'm thinking is that we get a large heating plant, because I'm not even faffing around with the small heating plants anymore. I'm all about the large heating plants, to be honest with you. So that goes over there. We're going to stick a heat exchanger, well, right in the center of town, I guess. This looks pretty good to me. Right in the center of town. And then we're going to get the large heat pipes. And we're just going to run them over the roads, because that is the best place to put them. Overlaps with existing construction. It's not too long. That's the important thing. The heat pipe isn't too long. Wonderful. I mean, that's not even a particularly long heat pipe at all, but that's still good. Okay, next thing that we want to do is we want to yoink down a depot over here, a road vehicles depot, just so that it's a little bit easier for us to buy trucks locally. Okay. No selected source of workers. Yes, I can now select the source of workers as the station over there. We'll turn off all of those. Are we able to access everything? We're not able to access everything quite yet. Hold up. I might have made a colossal mistake. Can we run a pathway down the middle here? We cannot. Okay, so this is going to be problematic if we can't do this. Oh my goodness, that's so lucky. We absolutely can do this. I don't believe it. Okay, well that pretty much just saved my bacon. If that wasn't able to fit down there, then we would be in some big trouble. I'm gonna need to do a weird little hook like that, but that's okay. Either way, now everyone should be able to access the. Yeah, everyone should be able to access the bus station, which is good because the bus station is going to be the primary. Oh yeah, we need to set up the coal supply route, which I'll do in just a sec. The bus station is going to be the primary place where we pick up people to go and work in the power plant. Not the power plant, the heating plant. Same thing, really, innit? Right, get out, get in. There we go. Don't allow tourists. That's fine. And let's go. Yeah, just that simple. All right. I like doing this with microbuses. Why? I don't know. I did it at Disneylandovsk, and I kind of don't hate it, so therefore, I guess I'm just good with it. I just like it. I think it's fine. Either way, this is a good construction pickup point as well. I suspect we might have enough people flooding in here to make things work. Are we able to access the kindergarten and the school? We absolutely are from there. I think, honestly, apart from the people at this side of town, everyone in the center of town, everyone in the meat of the town. Also, I'm low on dollars. That's not good. Am I overdue? I am. Yeah. No, I'm about to. I'm about to be overdue, but that's fine. Okay. Let's take out another 300. Let's take out a smaller loan than that. $100,000, 0.5 years. Sure. We're almost paid off. We're getting there. We're slowly but surely weaning ourselves off dollars here. Okay, building is on fire. It's the new one that it's... It's a good thing. It's a bloomin' good thing that I had the foresight to put a road in there, eh? Otherwise, I would be very, very tilted right now. Very, very, very tilted. Speaking of tilt, have we had many deaths last month? We had a couple of deaths last month. It's not exactly what we like to see, but, you know, 310 versus 352 births. I think that we can actually live with that. That's just fine. Okay, the fire brigade should be putting out this fire. Wonderful. Whilst they're doing that, I'm gonna plonk down a small aggregate storage over here. Of course, the location that I have decided to build the power cabling in is going to make this a much more complex endeavor than perhaps it needs to be. Let's work this out. Let's work this out. All right. Conveyor. Modded conveyors. Yep. And we'll grab this one. Right. There we go. Okay, you know what? That's a really, really bad way of doing it, but you know, that's probably something that we'll be fine with in the future. Yeah. look, it gives us throughput or something. It gives us good vibes. Definitely gives me good vibes. I like the look of it. It's pretty cool. All right, we're coming back with steel. We're properly starting work over here now, which is excellent. Really, really good to see. The steel mill is going to take just such an inordinate amount of resources. It really is going to be very, very crazy. But the good news is that we're going to be able to start work, hopefully, pretty darn soon. And I don't think that there's anything else that we really need. Missing open hull truck. Don't think that that should be too much of a problem. Let's assign that back to here. These Maz trucks can be assigned back to there. There we go. Excellent. Cool. Alright. I think that we've specified a source for all of the resources. We have indeed. At the moment, these trucks are just going to drive all the way to the border in order to pick up the mechanical components and whatnot. That won't need to be done. That won't need to be done soon, when we're going to be able to pick up the resources directly from Illuminov. But I don't feel confident about that quite yet. Okay, look at this. Okay, we got some serious progress going on here. This is wonderful. This is excellent, in fact. I'm nervous that all of this stuff is going to come online at once, and I'm going to, you know, have no idea. I'm going to have no idea what to do. What's going on here? What's going on here? Building isn't connected with a road? Oh yeah, that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, I didn't connect that road up. Very, very strange indeed. Okay, let's get the fuel route set up, the coal route. What do we got? Krodnovsky distribution office. Let's, oh no, we got a situation. We got a situation. Let me deal with that situation and that horrible image in just a second. Okay, unload. Unload if less than 50%. Cool. Now, I suspect that the Krodnovsky medium distribution office, I suspect that it's usually quite busy, but apparently it's not, because there's a whole bunch of trucks that are just sitting around doing absolutely diddly squat. But that's fine, I guess. There's a lot of construction activity happening. We're working on the 21-story prefab flat, which is really, really good. Really, really glad that that's happening right now. We should be back up to, yeah, we should be back up to reasonable numbers in terms of coal storage. So that's really, really nice. Pretty happy with that. Power output is looking good. It's looking a little bit more consistent. I honestly think that what with the combination of making the road, you know, proper through the center of town, and also just increasing the number of people that we have living in Krodnovsky, we're probably going to be fine without introducing line spacing. Although at least it's an option. It's an option in the toolkit, which is kind of nice. Okay, we got an excavator, a brand new T174 excavator. What was this epidemic situation report? Seems we are impacted by serious infection, causing patients severe complications or even death. Disease is infectious enough to infect many citizens, so our hospitals need to be prepared. Our experts are not quite sure about how long this infection will take. Look at that image. That's just horrific. That's just awful. Absolutely awful. Okay, well, hospital-wise, I think that we've got good coverage of hospitals. Pretty sure that every hospital is here. Every hospital is ready to go if need be. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We are almost done with this bridge over here. That's real good. We're actually almost done with this bridge over here too. Asphalt is taking a while. Why? It's because we don't have people working here. It's because we don't have people working here. I see what the conundrum is. I see what the conundrum is now. That makes sense. Makes sense. And so now all of the trucks are going to get mobilized, but it's going to take a little while because the trucks can only work so fast or something. I don't actually know. Oh no, it's because we only need 2 more truckloads of asphalt to go. That's it. That's all that we really need. Huh. That's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. All right, wonderful, 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 wonderful stuff. We are fully loaded on bitumen, by the way. We're fully loaded on bitumen. I feel like we should end this episode. Oh my goodness, look at this. We should end this episode how we started, by looking at Krodnovsky. Leningradsky Hotel is up and running. Wowzers, what a beaut. What a absolute beaut. Actually, now that I look at it, I mean, architecturally, it might look okay. It's quite a nice one. Quite a nice one, I guess. It's okay. It does look a little bit new. Looks a little bit out of place in amongst, like, you know, the cargo harbor right next door and whatnot. But, you know, at least it's done. Are we picking up tourists? I hope we're picking up tourists. I don't know if tourists are actually able to walk to the hotel, though. They're probably not able to. Hence why we've got a tourist just chilling here. Okay. A couple of things to say to that. First, let's connect up a footpath over here. Next thing that we probably want to do is we want to set up a shuttle bus service between Disneylandovsk and also the Leningradsky Hotel. The only problem with that is that the bus stop is at the moment very, very, very busy. In hindsight, I really should have got a larger bus stop in here. There might still be the option to do that, actually. We could sort of destroy the heat exchanger and sort of terraform this area and work around it, sort of delete a few things and get that all up and running. And to be honest, that might be a good bet, because the bigger bus stop allows multiple buses to move through it at the same time, as opposed to just a single bus, which is what the case is right now. So that's good. And then, yeah, allowing us to use all of these 3 extra hotels for tourist storage would be colossally fantastic, and I'd be very, very interested to see that actually working. I'm going to increase the number of workers that we can have over here. Getting this road up and running as well is going to be great, because that's going to allow the motorboats to more easily get back to the area, which is real good. We got a little bit of fuel waiting over there. Good stuff. I have no idea who's doing bitumen transport here. Bitumen transport is apparently completely fine. I don't know how much bitumen we're selling on average. I mean, let's have a little look at how much bitumen we've sold this year. It is export of resources, Soviet bloc, bitumen, 207 quantities. 207 quantities, 207 tons for 53,000 rubles. It's basically 2 loads, I think. Right? Basically 2 loads. Or in fact, no, it's basically a half load. A half load of a Maz truck. A half load of a Maz truck. Yeah, thereabouts. No, it's 2 loads of a Maz truck. It's 2 loads of a Maz truck and a little bit extra. Okay, fine. Either way, the math stacks up. We got a lot of bitumen, which is excellent. We got a lot of fuel as well. Seems like we're managing to just sort of keep above the fuel supply line, which is excellent. We're able to constantly resupply to the tank before it is completely depleted, which is great. Look at this. I look away for like 2 minutes, and suddenly we're you know, all things are go. This is wonderful. Still no word on when the trucks are going to be arriving with. Oh, it's because they're taking electronic components. Oh, I see. Some are taking mechanical components. To be honest, I'm not actually that bothered about mechanical components. I don't think we're going to need electronic components. Well, we might need electronic components, actually. I'll keep them around. I think what we just do is we just buy more. We buy more SKDs. We buy more SKDs, and we get more components moved over here, whether they're electronic, whether they're mechanical, whatever. You know, short term, very, very expensive to continue to buy them and get them delivered right to the middle of the map. But I think it's worth it. I think it's worth it so that we can make some pretty good progress, actually. Yeah, very, very happy with that. Stalnoi as well. Stalnoi is looking good. Stalnoi is looking good. We are making similarly incredible progress over here too, actually. We should have plenty of workers coming over this way. I'm excited. I'm really, really excited that we're going to be in a position very, very soon indeed where we're going to be able to just freaking make our own steel. Very, very exciting indeed. Very, very, very exciting. Everything else in Stalnoi is looking really, really good. We can grab a couple more people if we wanted to. We could bring more people into the country if we wanted to. I don't think it's worth it. Let's take out another tiny little dollar loan. I know that I'm a little bit addicted to dollar loans, but that's okay. We got a fire over here. I have no doubts that that this fire is going to be able to be extinguished. Wonderful. And look, what do you know? We got a brand new fancy bridge that we managed to successfully build entirely ourselves, which is both remarkable and kind of unusual. And that's going to allow the motorboat out. Cool. Okay, nobody is interested in nobody's coming to my republic via motorboat. This is almost certainly a complete waste of time, effort, and energy. But I'm telling you, boats are gonna be a really, really good way of getting to the Soviet Republic very, very shortly indeed. I'm excited to see how that works out. We seemingly have got plenty of tourists. That's real good. Let's go and take a last look at Krodnovsky and see what is happening over here just as the fire is extinguished. Excellent. Okay. My evaluation. Nobody's able to get electronics. Nobody's able to go to church. Don't care. That's fine. Clothes were unavailable. Clothes should be available. Pub/tavern. Yeah, I don't understand why this is an issue. Everything should be okay here. Everything should be okay. We should truthfully, I feel, have more people working. I feel like we should have more people working over here, but we just don't. Maybe we try just, like, re-importing or re-inviting a whole bunch of immigrants. Let's do that. Let's do that. The reason being is that I really want to crank up my oil production, even if it does lead to, you know, a huge number of shortened lifespans. Let's take out, you know, just one little cheeky loan. One little cheeky 500,000 ruble loan. Okay, we're only 12 million rubles indebted now. That's nothing to worry about. Absolutely nothing to worry about. Okay. So that is a colossal increase in the number of people that we have over here. The school. The school is going to be full. The kindergarten should be absolutely not. Either way, we should see hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people streaming into this oil refinery. I would love to see my oil reserves continue to deplete here. That would be excellent. Yeah, that would be really, really good. Bitumen, we're going to need more bitumen transport. Without a shadow of a doubt, that is what we're going to need to get set up. But for now, I think that we can actually be really happy that we brought Krodnovsky back to life for what? The third time? The third time? I mean, what? After the horrific kindergarten incident, and then after the, you know, the winter of 1964 massacre, Krodnovsky has had a pretty rough time, actually, now that I think about it. But that's okay, because it'll all be papered over in the history books, and nobody's gonna know who was actually at fault. Anyway, folks, thank you ever so much for watching this episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. My name, of course, has been Open Potato. Thank you, as ever, to the fantastic support over on the Patreon page, patreon.com/OpenPotato. Thanks to Banana, C-Senpai, and Aurelio for being the three $25 plus tier patrons. Thank you very much for watching, folks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.